You are listening to the Cigar Noise Boys. You gonna be here for a while? I'm gonna go call my crew. You go call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2.
Notorious B.I.G.
Hey,
Yeah, finally something. My God, that we actually know.
Things that make you smile. What number to dial? You're gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna call my crew. You're gonna call my crew. We're gonna rendezvous at the club. I don't even know what the song's
I
called.
like it when you call me Big Papa.
Yeah, Big Papa.
Yeah.
Low key banger. High
Nice.
key.
Well, there's not. Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing low key about that. That's just.
Are you guys who's better, Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
I was more of a Tupac guy.
I was more of a Biggie. All right, last question. Who's the best rapper from the Midwest?
I mean,
Cuckoo Cal?
who?
Cuckoo Cal from Milwaukee in Mile Projects. Remember that song?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. I mean, it depends
Eminem?
on what. I mean, like it depends on what. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Detroit, yeah, Eminem.
Yeah,
I was thinking Bone Thugs and Harmony, Cleveland.
Yeah, I was thinking Bone Thugs. I was thinking Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye, Chicago.
Lil Durk.
Chi-town, where you at?
Prince, Minnesota.
Prince, Minnesota. Yeah, wasn't really a rapper, but I would have to say it would probably be Bone Thugs or Eminem. And from a pure, like, in terms of, I would have to say I've probably enjoyed more Eminem songs than Bone Thugs. But Bone Thugs is I mean, if it's not 1 and 2, it's 1A and 1B. I mean,
well, it's weird. Like I think of Bone Thugs more as Midwest and like Eminem. Eminem is like national to me, where Bone Thugs is more like local Cleveland, you know, Midwest. Mm-hmm. So
that's true.
What's up, Cigar Noise Boys? Dom, Tyler, and Mo back at it again.
Yeah.
Hey, so I picked that song. Do you want to know why?
No, not particularly, but I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I'm having a baby.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm going to be a big papa.
Uh-oh. Congratulations.
I knew it.
Yeah, because, okay, Tyler, the last like 4 episodes, you've said something about having a baby. And I've known for a little bit, and it's just like I had to skirt around it.
When's the projected birth?
November. Dude, I've learned so much about having babies already. Like,
are you going to be giving birth?
I'm not. No.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure.
No, like things I had never known before. Like when you find out, you're not supposed to tell people right away. You're supposed to wait till week 12.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. Been waiting forever. But we're in week 13 now, so
congratulations, man. That's fantastic.
Congrats, man.
Thanks. Did you know how expensive it is to have a baby?
Yeah, you're fine.
In the hospital? What the heck? I didn't know it cost money.
What do you think? This is fucking Norway?
Well, no, I mean, I know, like, if you have insurance, I thought it'd be like a little bit of money, but goodness.
How much?
If you go to a hospital, around 18 grand, I think.
What?
Damn.
Yeah. But we're looking at a birthing center. We're gonna check that out. That's why, Tyler, I can't do it next the podcast next Tuesday. We're gonna be searching. Looking at the options.
At home, underwater.
No. In the mud. No.
You.
So yeah, that's exciting.
Damn, I called it. I've been saying
playing in the mud for a while now.
Yeah. Tyler, you gotta be next, and then I'll be okay changing the name to Cigar Noise Dads or Rad Cigar Dads.
Cigar Noise Dad Buds. No, all right. Red Cigar. Anyways, congrats.
Thanks.
That's great.
Tyler, where are you right now?
I'm in the LCC.
How's the carpet?
It's it matches the drapes, man. It's nice.
Ooh, that's weird.
Old movie theater carpet is the best kind of carpet. It's free.
Oh,
I know how it's iconic in photos and whatnot, but doesn't that absorb all the odor?
Yeah.
It's the best part of it.
Oh. So no push-ups at the lounge.
I've done a few, but yeah, no, I'm chilling at Lake Country. I had a doctor's appointment today. It went well. My health problems are behind me. So yeah, that's a relief.
Good.
You know,
2 great pieces of news today.
Yeah, I mean, because there's always in the back of my mind, I thought maybe like the problem I had would come back because I got a buddy in Chicago who had the same kind of health issues, and he had to have the surgery for his cranium 3 times. So I was worried that, but it's looking really good. So,
Good,
and then yeah, thank you. And then I'm bringing back
Sexy.
my humidor. Yeah, bringing sexy back, and I'm bringing back my humidor down to Austin. So it's kind of bittersweet a little bit. So it's kind of like showing that like my Austin was like permanent. You know, it's not like it's like bittersweet. Yeah, it's like this chapter is like closed, and then my new chapter is fully, you know, whatever. So yeah, it's exciting.
I just realized my Wi-Fi is not. I'm connected to the wrong one, so I hope. Why isn't it? Oh my goodness.
You suck.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to connect to the new one now. So the owners at Aloni said they'd appreciate the job I've been doing and offered me a ticket to the trade show.
Who's that?
The owners at Aloni.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you cut off for a minute.
Yeah, I switched the Wi-Fi. I switched it again now.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
But I'm not going to be going because I'm going to be with my wife and baby. So I'll be working here.
What? Your wife and baby?
Wait a minute. I thought you said the baby wasn't coming.
No, November. Okay, no. The baby's going to be inside of her. It's not. Yeah, November is the due date. But I'm not going to. Okay. I'm not going to leave her to go to Vegas to hang out with cigar dudes.
Dude, this is going to be bad.
What?
I look at
bro. This is going to be your last chance to go.
Okay.
No.
Good point. Hey, look what happened to Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be making diaper money, though.
Alex is looking for someone to split a room with.
I said I'm going to be making diaper money.
Well, I'll talk to John and Sean to make sure you get a Romacraft onesie.
Oh.
But you should come to the trade show.
Jeb, the manager, did say the 2 brands that he's actively going to pursue at the trade show was Warped, and then he mentioned Romacraft. So I'm throwing in Patina there.
What about?
I don't. Yeah. I've got some talking to do. We'll iron some things out.
I'm surprised you guys don't carry Romacraft already.
They did at one point. I don't know how long ago that was. Probably 6 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Mo smoked that anniversary.
How'd you like it?
It's good.
Thank you.
I'm hoping you do another broadleaf. I wanted to do a peen with that, Tyler. And we could talk about the flavors.
We could do that.
Know what?
Yeah.
Mo, you know what you don't know what a peen is?
Well, I know what it is in Italian slang. Well, actually, yeah, peach, yeah, but not necessarily in terms of cigar tasting.
Palates experiencing every nuance.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to bring it back.
Yeah. No, we should do that. On the way up, I stopped in Dallas and met with Brandon. Mm-hmm. And then I hooked him up with a Patina 20-year, Patina 5-year, and then a couple of other things. So he said he really, really liked it. He posted it on the gram, and
yeah, saw that.
So,
it's good,
and then
man.
Alex was saying, yeah, and then Alex from Lake Country was saying that his wife smoked one last night. She really liked it.
That's crazy. I didn't know his wife smoked cigars.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then I think Alex bought a box last night. I think there's one box left here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It seems like shout out to like NC and Yogi and those guys, and like VQ. Sorry. I know a lot of those guys. Drew, they all bought multiple boxes.
Coach Mo.
So yeah, Coach Mo. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who's
I'll be doing a cut and light with virtual cut and light with ICS on May 19th. So
cool.
I'll be seeing Coach Mo, I think, probably then.
What the heck?
He usually joins that.
Why didn't I know? Oh, I haven't been active.
Well,
apparently you have. Your wife's pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Enchanté.
What's that from? What's that?
I don't know. I don't know where I picked that up from.
What was I gonna say though? It's about me.
Imagine that.
Yeah. I need to buy a second box because I gave one to Skip, Mike, and Sean. And then I smoked several. I think I have like one or two left. So I need to pick up another box.
Yeah, I gave 2 to Triple B, Bob. You met him at the show.
Oh, yeah.
Mo.
Yeah.
And he wants more.
Good dude.
And I don't want to. I said maybe we'll split a box and that'll get him to get one, but
yeah,
he's also a big fan.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, cigar it turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. So
now, Mo, I will say this. I enjoyed it, but I do think your core lines are better.
Really?
How dare you?
No, I don't think that's a mean thing to say.
No, I agree. No,
that's great.
I think
except for the Sumatra. That for me was just not my palate, but
yeah.
I think
Sumatra is so hit or miss for a lot of people, man. I mean, honestly. It's like a polarizing wrapper. Yeah. It really is. I mean, and Tyler and I talked about this too when we, because Tyler was down there when we were first looking at it, and I was like, this is going to be one of those that you're going to either love it or not like it, because people just either love or don't like Sumatra, just how it goes.
And I'm not sure if Tatuaje is the one doing this to me mentally, but last year a lot of what came out of Tatuaje was Sumatra.
Yep.
And I kind of got tired of Sumatra, and then this year it's all the Tuxtla, Mexican San Andreas,
all the Mexican stuff,
and I'm getting a little tired of that wrapper.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, you gotta kind of keep switching it up. Like that's why, like, man, I smoke so much different stuff just to keep the palate engaged and seeing what's out there, and that's like one of the questions you always get is like, oh, what else do you smoke? And it's like literally everything. I mean, when I say everything, I mean from brands that like I either admire or like the way they do things and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I think the 5-year fits in well with the core line, where it's another one of those cigars where you can it keeps your palate nice and clean, where you can smoke another one right away. The Sumatra is the only one that kind of it's strong. It's a strong Sumatra, and so but it fits in with the Habano, Maduro, and Connecticut, where it doesn't wreck your palate,
man.
But then I was gonna say, going back to like Tatuaje and then all the Sumatra stuff, and then all the San Andreas. I mean, it's a lot of the wrapper leaves are getting super hard to find. I think there's not a lot of Brazilian Alaparaca out there, Cameroon, broadleaf. There's a shortage of a lot of stuff, so
well,
you kind of got to play around.
What have we been talking about for the last 5 years, right? If you're going to make a core line, play to the strengths of your factory and try to know, to the best of your ability, project what'll continue to be readily available to you. And that's, again, different for every factory, depending on their setup or their network of people that they work with. But, you start missing out on stuff. It's, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
That's why, look at Tyler. Yeah, Tyler, you were there for this conversation. When we were originally going to do the Patina Core Line Maduro, that was supposed to be a Connecticut broadleaf. And then they told us, hey, to be honest with you, we won't have this readily available. Now, mind you, this is 2019. We won't be able to make you a core line like regularly available until November of 2020. Okay, that's how the Patina Maduro ended up being San Andreas. And now I know Noxa has a good portion of Connecticut broadleaf, and I mean, when you got Saka and Crown Heads and Dapper uses a decent amount, you got to have some. But yeah, I mean, that's why the Patina core line wasn't a broadleaf. That's why we did the anniversary is that. Because you just never know, man. I mean, that's the type of thing that goes, at least wrapper quality, right? And for filler, binder, that's more readily available. But when you're talking actual wrapper quality.
Was the blend also going to be the same as it is now from Maduro, or was it a different blend to match the?
No, you had to switch it up because of the different wrapper.
Yeah.
I think going back, it would have been more Nicaraguan focused outside of the wrapper than it currently is in terms of tobacco, right?
Yeah.
And then for switching lanes here, subject, but if you guys haven't checked it out, Mo was on Cigar Coop Prime Time with Aaron Loomis and William Cooper. That was a good interview.
It was fun.
Yeah. I didn't get a shout out, but that's okay. But it was a good interview.
I'll make sure from now on to work you in every opportunity that I get.
Just one time.
Do they take live questions?
What's that?
Do they take live questions on their show?
No. And I don't even know if anybody was I think they do a Facebook Live, but I can't see the comments or anything. But no, that was really good. That was really fun.
The 18th, so it's the day before the Zoom Cut Night with you, Mo. Matt Booth is coming to our shop.
Oh, nice.
And I said, hey, I'm going to make a video for Instagram.
Yeah.
And so filmed it all. And then I just needed 2 real quick shots of Matt Booth. So I reached out to him, let him know what I needed him to send me. He said, it'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was waiting.
It was not done.
Waiting patiently. And I asked the manager yesterday, hey, did you hear anything about that? He's like, oh yeah, Matt talked to Tony, who's our Forge rep, and he said, why do these guys think we have an event with them? But it was a miscommunication. He's still coming. But I guess he's doing like an event a day. So it's just he says other things, but I'll hit him up again, see if he has time. If not, I'm gonna have to just get creative and maybe print out a picture of his face and talk for him.
Yeah, you could probably do that with AI technology today.
I just don't understand computers.
Yeah, I mean, either. Thank God.
Yeah. Shower thought. Post PCA interviews or like the last day interviews are kind of like LinkedIn posts. Do you guys both have LinkedIn?
Yeah, I have LinkedIn.
No.
Oh, then you want to get it, Tyler. People are just like, what an honor to do this. I have just been accepted, and it's very like, look at me, but it's in a professional sense. But trade show, it's like, oh yeah, we crushed it. We came out with all this. We talked to all these people.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good analogy. Hence your name. I would agree with a lot of that. I mean, no one's gonna tell you. Well, not no one. Very few people will tell you, "Hey, man, we really had a fucking shitty show." I mean, this was just absolutely terrible. But like this past year, and Tyler and I were talking about this too. Like we were leaving TPE, and we felt like we were at a funeral. I mean, like that. I was just like, "What the hell just happened?" It felt surreal. Like I don't even know how to explain it. And by the way, I think for a lot of people that really was, because I don't know how many people are going to TPE 2024, but I think it'll be a lot less than 23. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how PCA is going to go, especially with like some of the big boys coming back. It'll be interesting to see if more retailers decide to come. But I think the one thing that this is what like I think about a lot and talk to people about too, is like, it really doesn't matter how many people are there. It's how many people are there to buy.
Yeah.
Like if there's 1,000 retailers and half of them are there because they just want to get away from the shop and, you know, maybe buy a few things that they need to refill, like who cares? Yeah. And I don't mean that as an insult. I'm just saying like that helps numbers, but does that really help the people that are there, right? So my thing is how many people, like, dude, PCA 2021, I think it was, right? That was the one we came back. There was not a lot of retailers there, but man, everybody there was looking to buy. That was an incredible show. So let's see if we have bigger numbers and more people looking to, you know, have their buying shoes on, if you will.
You know what's interesting about like how like when you being at the show, like, so you're in the booth with Sutliff, you're a distributor, and then you have a few brands in there with you. But it's interesting, like it's got to be a good feeling. I mean, but I guess not for the companies that you don't see anymore, but like there's like 3 or 4 mainstays in the Sutliff booth, and then there's always a couple of brands that have kind of like rotated out. You know, like another brand, what's that one? Eddie Terrazona cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did, man, he spent a lot of money at TPE, and he wasn't even at the next TPE. Like he was at a official sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's going on with that brand, if it's still around. I don't know. Like if they hired all those people too. Have you heard anything, Mo?
I've not. No.
But yeah, there's been a few brands that have you kind of, and then it's nice to see like the consistent people, you know, like Matilde and Aventura and you know. So it's kind of a good like test to see. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's these brands popping in and out. You know, it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting too, man, because, you know, the intel that we're gathering, and I'll be back on the road at the end of this month. So we'll get a better idea, but from talking to various, brokers, retailers from throughout the country, we're really seeing a shift back to a lot of like legacy brands.
Really?
Yeah. And what's going to be interesting is that, like, if the economy starts to soften, which it is, and it continues to, you're going to see less and less people willing to take risks to try new stuff, bring new stuff in, things like that. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic. And actually, we probably started to see that shift a little bit during COVID.
Yeah.
But then the flip side is, if your brand is positioned at a good price point, and especially if people think they're getting a great value, and let's say their cigar budget has to come down a little bit, so instead of, are you positioned in a place that you could be like an alternative to somebody that normally smokes a $15 or $20 cigar on the regular basis? So I don't know, man. It's gonna be really interesting to see. But what are your guys' thoughts on why that shift could be happening?
I got a lot of theories about this. It's first of all, is there's a lot of retailers that don't like this. They kind of just want to be like, they just want to ring you up. They don't really want to talk to you about stuff. And then during COVID, when people were at home and smoking a ton, people were buying stuff without even really having to be upsold or sold stuff. And then a lot of problem too is during COVID is a lot of the guys who worked at the shop, they're getting unemployment, not to work, and a lot of shops laid off people, and they found other jobs. And then a lot of entry level jobs have gone up a lot on pay because it's hard to find people. Like even my job went up $4 an hour of starting pay. And a lot of these shops don't want to pay their guys more than 10, $12 an hour.
Right.
And it's a passion for it's a hobby, passion, whatever, for a lot of people. But when you're working and you're making $12 an hour and you can't even afford to smoke, you're not even making enough to pay for your cigar for that hour, unless you factor in your discount, it's like they rather do something else. I mean, so I think a lot of these shops are going towards the companies that offer that sell themselves or are constantly offering a 6-in-1, or they have the rep coming in and selling their cigars for them. They're coming in, they're redoing the section, they're presenting, making it presentable, and they're kind of there talking to the owner and showing their face. So it's tough that if you don't have brokers or you don't have people on the road constantly, or you have a rep that's lazy, it's going to be hard for them to keep your shelf space, because these reps, they feel the pressure and they're coming in, and then these companies are offering big deals, to sell their brand. So it's I think a lot of people I think boutiques it's even harder,
Mo, when you say legacy brands, do you think that's more the affordable option that those brands are putting out, or the more the higher price point? Like for Padron, is it gonna be the 1000 series that people are leaning towards, or
that's a great question. That probably just depends on where the shop is. But I meant it more in the general, like people are buying and looking for established brands. And Tyler actually just hit on a really, really interesting point. When COVID first started and shops were doing curbside, and they didn't necessarily like have like a menu you could look at, right? Or whatever. People were buying what they remember, or what they, and so if you had transitioned away from some like the smaller brands that you smoke and kind of got used to smoking bigger brand stuff again during the pandemic, I think that foundation could have been laid some point during that time frame before shops started to open back up. So that's a really interesting point, and I hadn't really thought of that.
Have you guys ever given somebody a Padron with the band off blind?
I've not. I've done it with a
No.
Davidoff, but not a Padron.
I haven't either, but we were talking about that yesterday at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
They're single cap, not the prettiest cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Just wonder what people would think if they didn't know it was a Padron.
Their flavor profile is pretty unmistakable. I feel like, especially on the anniversary stuff. I will say this, and I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts too. I feel like Padron, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this, it's great because these guys typically have more discretionary income. And by the way, when I say guys, I mean universal, not men and women, not just but I don't see a lot of young people that smoke Padron. Okay, like I'll see a lot of age variation in Fuente smokers, even Davidoff smokers. But when I see people smoking Padron in anniversary, not 1000 series, it's typically older people. And for 1000 series, a lot of your there are literally guys that will go through a box of, and I know them personally because I used to work in the shop, that will go through a box of 7000 series or something like that in a week.
Whoa.
Right? Or 2 weeks. But these are all older guys. And even when you go to shops now, typically who do you see smoking Padron? Older guys. So what are have you guys noticed this? Am I crazy? And I guess my question is that why we're starting to see more of a focus on circular cigars from them? I don't know. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts here?
I think old man brand.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't see young people. You're right on with that.
I mean, I smoke a lot of Padron, but I've been smoking for 14 years, so I'm not, I'm younger, I guess, but not. But another brand that's expensive that's doing, I think, is taking. Well, I think Fuente did a good job with social media during COVID, and then they're constantly coming out with limited editions, and they've been on fire with the rare pink and all these really cool stuff. But I think Atabey and Byron have been picking up a lot of accounts, and they got a lot of steam behind them right now. And that's Oliver is a rock star, man. He's developed really key relationship with a lot of shops, especially in Texas too.
Yeah.
But Atabey is another one that I think is more hip with the younger crowd. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it's Oliver just hitting the streets or what it is, but Atabey Byron is doing. They're coming out with a Maduro Atabey, black.
Mm-hmm.
So.
NFT in real life. Mo, you said you saw Davidoff in younger people's hands.
Yeah, you'll see some younger people smoking Davidoff.
We don't carry Davidoff.
And by the way, everything's relative. When we say younger in cigar terms, Tyler's still in diapers. You know what I'm saying? So in Dom, you'd be still in the womb.
Ooh.
So take that with look, when I say younger, I still mean 30s.
Watch out on my kick.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I'm thinking in terms of Padron Anniversary Series, I don't see young people smoking. But what other brand at that price point as the Anniversary Series do you see younger people smoking? I think it could just be an income thing.
Well, that's why I said, and it could be because this group of people has higher discretionary income. But even the 1000 series, that's all older dudes, man.
I will say Dunbarton has some younger people smoking them, and that's kind of a higher price point, at least for California, because we have to pay the tax on them.
Right.
And
Saka does young people smoking Dunbarton, so.
Yeah, they do a lot of his he's always got a big story, and I think it can be easy to kind of remember the big stories, but And it's weird too. Like Davidoff, they're doing a lot of direct to consumer now. So
yeah, can you imagine if man? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Tyler. Sorry.
No, well, that's the thing. It's like it's funny when, like there's a shop I used to work at, and before I would bring in a small brand, they'd be like, "Oh, are they an online brand?" I'm like, "What do you mean an online brand? Can you buy it online?" I'm like, "Yeah, but there's like a couple sites, but it's not like."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but like Cigar International is owned by STG, and they own 75% of this humidor, so that's an online brand. And I'm like, and look, I'm like, you can buy the same cigar we're selling for $10. You can buy them for $3. And then
Right.
he's like, no, you can't. And then I popped up. I went on the site and I'm like, there you go. And he's like, oh, that's just you got lucky. I'm like, no, I pay attention to this shit, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's weird, but it's like it's always like the you believe into something if it doesn't cost a lot of money, or if it's it's
Yeah.
easy to back, but if it's something that's going to cost you money, you're like, oh, I don't mind what he said, I'm still going to carry the brand. But if it's someone small, you're like, yeah, fuck that guy, get rid of it.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Dom, you carry Ferio Tego, right?
No, Napa does.
No, Napa. Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be like with what I've seen from whiskey or bourbon during COVID, everything sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been reading about mezcal. People took that time to start becoming more knowledgeable about the spirits, and so they were more selective of what they bought. And then the prices on everything liquor wise just skyrocketed. So now people are looking for the best affordable options. So I was wondering if same pattern is going to be with cigars.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Could be.
I went to a bar in Austin, and they're like, it was like happy hour, cocktails only $10 and $10 a drink. I'm like, like what? How is that a special? But a lot of these fucking drinks are $17 for a drink. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not a big drinker. It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to a movie in Brookfield here with my dad and Alyssa. It was $20 a ticket to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Oh,
holy
shit!
I didn't even know that was coming out, and now it's out.
It was a really good movie, but it was like one of those dream loungers and the huge screen. But you pay a little bit more.
This wasn't like a run of the mill movie theater, like it was.
No, it's the Majestic, Marcus Majestic. So it's a huge theater, double decker.
Okay, well that's a little bit different, but still, man, $20. My God.
I know. Fuck.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, like, man, sometimes I just don't even I don't even know how people do it.
We just compare it. Would you rather spend $20? Was that like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours watching a film, reclined, or buy a $20-$30 cigar and hang out at the lounge?
Buy a $20-$30 cigar and hang out at the lounge.
Yeah, probably me too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. So I came up here yesterday with Alyssa, and then a bunch of people came up, and we had it was good to catch up with everybody. But I miss hanging out at lounges. It was I had a lot of fun last night. But it's when I smoke cigars in Austin, it's either by myself or at Romacraft. So it's maybe I should start. Yeah, so maybe I should start going to
those guys avoid you.
Yeah, no, it's or it's at work. So, but like Smoker's Abbey is like 30 minutes away, so that's not really. Romacraft's 20 minutes. So, but yeah, Smoker's Abbey is about 30.
Speaking of Smoker's Abbey, Tyler, we got an event there May 31st.
I'll be there.
So hopefully, be seeing you, man.
I do miss at the last place I lived, just smoking alone in my garden. It was a nice time.
I go back and forth, man. Sometimes I do just like smoking by myself or whatever. Recently, though, I'm kind of with Tyler. Like, I've been getting more of an itch to like go hang out at the lounge more, and just be around people and bullshit. And so, yeah, I could see myself maybe this summer going to the lounge a little bit more.
What's the closest one to you, or is that giving away too much info about you?
No, I don't care. Well, that's what the closest one that carries patina would be Casa de Monte Cristo. And I don't
Countryside?
Yeah, and I don't hang out at lounges that don't carry it. So there's a couple
that makes total sense.
I won't go there.
Yeah.
And that's not to be a dick, by the way. That is purely because, like, they told me they were going to bring it in and still haven't. So I'm just like, I don't want to like cheapen myself, if that makes sense, like continually showing up. Because then they'll take it like, oh man, he really wants this. And you ever know, like, the more, and this goes for getting your cigar, the more that somebody knows you want something, the less they're likely to give it to you. So there becomes that fine line between being aggressive and trying to get on the shelves and things like that, and then having some self-respect.
Being desperate.
Yeah, like once people like smell desperation, you're not sexy anymore. So, I'm not
or it's like when you're in a relationship.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like being in a relationship. That's when everybody wants to be with you.
Yep.
But when you're single, you're like, oh, there's a reason he's single. But
are your DMs full, Tyler?
It's weird.
Gotta block them all. I missed the segue earlier with the trade show talk. Speaking of PCA, shout out to our sponsor, CigarNoise. Dave West is going to be there. Found out recently. He's stateside at the moment.
All the more reason for you to come.
Dave the Wagon West. Yeah. Does some stuff for small batch online. Tyler, have you seen anything on small batch recently you've been interested in?
Oh, I haven't been on in a minute.
Well, how about the blind review? Alma Fuerte. Good cigar.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was
I
didn't think I was a Plasencia fan. That changed my mind.
Hey Dom, speaking of small batch blind reviews, you've kind of gone from being the oddball to now you're a lot more aligned with like Ben and Mukau. And
what is that a thing?
And Ted has kind of been the oddball in like the last
Ted's the outlier.
6 months.
I have not paid attention to any trends.
I always like when I see you like it, it's always a hit or miss, like historically, of whether the rest of them would like it, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now it's like you're more indicative of what Ben and Mukau are gonna like, and Ted is like it'll be like single box, like, and then you'll be like box, Mukau will be like fiver, Ben will be like fiver, and Ted will be single. It's interesting how that's changed.
Yeah, so I always look for if we have any commonalities in the notes. We had all like 3 of us said mesquite 2 weeks ago, which was crazy.
Yeah.
But I always thought I agreed with Ted usually more than Rich. But maybe I'm team Rich and Ben now.
I think Ted. So. And when you say Rich, I like have to double take and remember who you're talking about.
Mukau.
Yeah, because I always forget his name is Rich. I just know him as Cow, you know?
Yeah.
But speaking of Cow, he had a question. Do you guys want me to read this to you?
Shoot.
Oh.
All right. So his question, because I posted earlier today and then said, hey, if anybody has any questions. So Mukau said, here's the scenario. You take either Dom or Tyler on a date, then you take the other one home to bed. Which is getting the date and which is getting the action afterward?
Oh my God.
So I answered that I would take an oath of celibacy, and as part of that oath of celibacy, no dating would also fall under that.
It's a good way to not become pregnant.
Yes, safety first. I don't know where you guys have been. Obviously, Dom, we know where you've been. Tyler, who knows? I mean, it's a crapshoot. Austin's changed you. We don't know what kind of shit you've gotten into since you've been there. So we got to be really careful.
Oh,
so
boy.
in the interest of cleanliness, of safety, I'm going to have to decline both of those.
All right.
Take that, cow.
Thanks, cow. Are you a male? Are we females in this, and you're the male? Are we both males? Or are we?
I think.
Are we gender fluid in this?
I think we're pretty gender fluid in this. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, cows.
Yeah.
Cow doesn't hold back.
I got a quick story, real quick. So, I was talking to a guy, and I told him that me and my girlfriend we stopped somewhere. We're on our way up to Wisconsin, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to Wisconsin, to where I'm from." And then Alyssa dropped me off at this place, and then she went to go run an errand, and then she came to pick me up, and she came in there, and he saw her getting out of the truck. She's like, "Oh, she's definitely not from Wisconsin." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, yeah, I'm from Wisconsin. She's from San Antonio." And then she comes in, and he's like, "Oh, I know you're not from Wisconsin." And she's like, "No, I'm from San Antonio." And then he's like, "How does somebody how do you guys meet? How does somebody like you meet somebody like her?" We're like, "What?" It was just weird. And then she's like, "Have you heard of a dating app?" It's like it was like I don't know if it was like racial how he was asking this or what, but
well, Tyler, I'm going to translate it for you. Yes, it was racial, and you're probably not used to that, but I promise you, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I felt bad for not saying more. Just kind of like I was taken aback, and I'm like,
yeah, you're kind of at a loss for words. Like even like me, I'll get questions, and this has even happened when I've been trying to sell patina. They'll ask you, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'll be like, "Chicago," and they'll be like, "No, like where are you from?" Like, what do you mean? Like, Chicago. Like, yeah, that's what he was getting at.
Yeah, it was a very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
it
yeah,
always
and
is.
yeah, that was it's just yeah, it was weird, but I felt bad for not speaking up and being like, well, what do you mean? So I don't know.
What do you mean? Funny how?
Sit with your
chest,
yeah,
guy. Yeah. So it was weird.
Yeah.
People suck. Some people suck.
Yeah. And we were in Texas too, so it's like it was weird.
Were you in Austin or elsewhere?
No, we weren't in Austin. No.
So, back to the patina anniversary. When I was smoking it, I thought to myself, "Oh, hey, I gotta start keeping track of the new cigars coming out, especially the trade show coming up, to do a end of the year list." Before the trade show, is anything pop into your guys' mind that's been really good this year?
I really like the that Tatawahe Tuxla tenderloin.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
really spicy.
I really enjoyed that cigar. I don't know if I've smoked anything else that was released actually in 2023. Because that was the end of 2022, wasn't it? That cigar, or was it 2023?
It was at the trade show last year, but it just came out this year.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm not sure what I picked up. Speaking of Plasencia, I picked up a Plasencia Year of the Rabbit that they did. I heard that was a really, really good cigar, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I picked up that new Padron round one.
Oh, okay.
Not the short
The
fat
60?
guy.
Oh,
The other one. It's like a Toro size but circular. It's a 1964 blend. Maduro.
I tried the La Creme Petite Robusto.
Oh, is that the one Miguel gave us at the oh no, that was a La Patisserie. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it was good. $12.50 for like a small little dude.
Yeah.
But it's broadleaf, so it's broadleaf, so I could see it was good.
Yeah.
the Serpents and Rainbows this year were really good.
The which one?
Black Label, Serpents and S&R.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Psalm by Vlad was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got one of those.
Yeah.
Alex gave me one.
Wildfire came out with a few things I still need to try. Cigars.
Yeah, no, Wildfire's new stuff.
Yeah, Smokers Abbey carries them.
Vlad's one cigar is out of the Cavalier factory, and then the Wildfire new ones, those are out of Cavalier too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the
Wildfires Fable came
Cavalier.
out.
What's that?
Not all of the new
Somewhere
ones
out of Hoya.
Oh my goodness. I believe Wildfire's using two factories as well.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, some of it's out of La Jolla. Yeah. La Jolla. I mean, Hoya. Yeah. La Jolla's in San Diego, Mo. I did pick up the Foundation Centenger or whatever. How do you say? Senetter.
Mm-hmm.
I have not smoked that yet, but am looking forward to trying that. I'm not really sure what else is new that I've been wanting to try.
A lot of TAA have dropped.
Okay.
That I haven't tried yet.
I don't generally pick those up. Well, the Tatuaje.
The Vice Versa from Fratello.
Oh yeah, did you smoke that?
No, it's $15.
Long Live the Queen by Caldwell. I don't know if that came out the beginning of this year, but that was really good.
Think so. Yeah, I haven't had that.
Nice. He's all over social media now. He's doing videos like every day on Instagram.
Yeah,
seen a few.
Yeah, man, you got to.
Have you been smoking?
You really do. It's really competitive out there, and if you're not constantly in front of people, they forget about you. I mean, I know I post a lot more often than I was for a while.
Visa Horny.
Yeah, when's that dropping, dude?
August, September.
All right. Well, save me a couple bundles.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's been I've been getting some good feedback. Skip's been smoking a lot of them. And then I gave some to the guys at Roma, and then I gave one to Brandon at Michael's. I gave one to Tron. No, I gave one to Alex at Lake Country. He liked it a lot. He's like, I'm not just saying that because you're here. And then I gave one to Shane, and Shane's a tough critic. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, I told him, hey, please just give it a few days in your humidor. Smoke it indoors, get the full aroma. You know, I'm nervous.
The full aroma?
Yeah, the full aroma.
Yeah.
So.
Is that coming out in one size, T-Bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bundles of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what size finally went into production?
452, 4x52.
All right. I'm excited, man.
Tyler, a buddy of mine asked if you ate Hormel tamales as a kid growing up.
No, never.
Canned tamales. Oh. He sometimes listens. He says, I feel like Tyler would eat these. I think it was a Wisconsin white boy joke.
It's funny though, because like I'll take Alyssa like my favorite places to eat here. She's like, it's okay. I'm like, damn, like, but the food's so much better in Austin. It's way better.
Yeah,
I believe that.
I'm thinking about
Except for the
taking her
cheese.
to. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking her to Portello's since she's never had Portello's.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a must.
We're thinking about stopping in Chicago tomorrow, Mo. I was going to see if you were around, but I don't know what time we'll be there.
Let me know.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully the humidor doesn't get damaged or anything during the transit.
Well, do you have something to cover it with?
Yeah, I took the doors off of it, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
We stayed in. We drove, so we left 7 a.m. from San Antonio because we had to drop the pups off at her sister's house. We drove from San Antonio, and then stopped in Dallas, and then drove all the way to St. Louis, and then we got a hotel, actually in Illinois, and then drove from there. Left at like 11 because we got in about midnight. It's not that bad of a drive. I mean, it's long, but we have 2 days to get back, so we should be good. She's got to work on Friday, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to drag this on too long because we passed the hour mark, but
okay.
I'm thinking back to the young people what they're smoking. I've never talked to or met Clark from LCA. What they put on social media is kind of annoying, I think, but I think he does have a hold of kind of that younger generation of smokers. We still have people coming into the shop asking for them, probably more than other brands. So you can't just discount that because you disagree with how somebody's trying to sell something. But I don't know. That's a tough. It's like you don't understand the kids. It means you're getting old.
I don't
know. Yeah, but there's a lot of shops too that have been dropping off and have been struggling to move it or been putting them in discount bags too. But yeah. So it's kind of like it's turned into Viaje where some of the stuff, if it's like a cookie or whatever, a cartoon character will do well, but if it's like the cognac or whatever, it's not going to do as well. Or if it's
you gotta remember though, who are you? And by the way, when I say that about Padron and stuff like that, that demographic, if you could hit the home run with them, is your best demographic.
Yeah,
those are the guys with the most discretionary income. Those are the guys least likely to be what's new. Those are the guys that are most likely to keep you as a part of the rotation if they like it and buy it by the box. So, like, sometimes I think we lose our way that we're trying to appeal to this segment that really doesn't reward you for spending time to try to appeal to them as smaller brands. As a smaller brand, I've always wanted to punch up, meaning I want to try to grab some of those people that once they get on a brand, they stay on it and buy it by the box rather than chase the people, the what's new crowd. Because, dude, I don't come out with cigars that quickly to always be chasing what's new, right? So,
yeah. And me not working at a shop anymore, I'm not chasing the new stuff. There's a couple of brands where I'll get the new stuff, but it's very rare that I'm not buying Roma Craft or Patina. It's basically, I still kind of, when I worked the shop, I always had a core four. I've talked about this 100 million times. Those Roma Craft, Patina, Foundation, Tatuaje. And then those are kind of like still the four brands. I smoke mostly Roma Craft, because they have a wide variety, whatever. But I'm not chasing all the new Viajes or the new Crown Heads or I'm just sticking to I'm maybe because I'm getting old and I'm just picking the stuff that I know and like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to see this Padron Fuente collab.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt
we won't be able to afford it, but yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to get one from Casa, but
Maybe.
the rest of us we won't be getting it.
Did they say that's going to be released this year, or you're just hopeful?
I mean, they've been talking about it for 3 or 4 years. So, but I want to say one more thing about the current like landscape of cigars, too, and being a smaller brand. Like you can spend a lot of your time getting to know like a guy like me who works at a shop, and you spend a lot of time with him, and a lot of the guys like me are leaving, and then you got to restart it. So it's like you get to know the owner who maybe isn't necessarily hand selling it as much, or do you get to know a guy like me who, I mean, I did it since 2017 till 2021 or 2016, so I did it for a while. And what I'm happy is like the brands that I really like hand sold and taught are still doing well, like Country. Patina and Roma Craft continue to do well, and they actually are doing better since I left. So that shows that Lake Country is one of the outliers where they have guys that are true nerds and tobacconists, more tobacconists than nerds, but I mean they know, they go to the PCA, they go to they smoke, so it's they want to know the factories, the blends. But it's hard. It's like if you're a brand owner and you have reps or whatever, but like it's like you're spending all this time training the people at a shop, and then they turn over in a year or 6 months,
100%.
and you got to do it again. So it's tough. I don't envy it. I mean, there's a part of me who always wanted to be a rep or be like I always like my kind of like my dream gig would have been like something that like Laurel did it for Macanudo, something like that, where I go around the country and do events and stuff because I like doing events.
Is she doing the same thing for AJ?
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, she's going to the multi-vendor stuff and then doing like big events with shops. So that's something I like to do. I don't know how well I would do like going into a shop that doesn't carry the brand that I'm repping, and trying to get them to buy it and bring it in. I don't know how well I would do with that, but I think I would do well. But for me, it's the one thing about the cigar industry I don't like is the constant turnover. I've been at the same job for 12 years, and before that, I was at a job for 3 years, and that's been my adult life. I've had 2 jobs since I was 18, and it's been the same industry. So it's like I don't like the constant change and not knowing if I'm getting a paycheck or collecting unemployment. The only time I've ever been unemployed was I was in high school, and the company I was working for was going under, and I left a little early to kind of take some time, and then I got hired at Home Depot. But other than that, I haven't had any lapse in my employment since high school. So I can't do that. My anxiety is already through the roof, so I can't imagine not knowing that, because a lot of these companies, man, they fly through their people. Like
I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you, and I just in the 2 things we could talk about next week if you guys have me back, or not next week. You're out. Down.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Events, cutting lights, all of that. Those I think are going to shift. And then Tyler, the other thing, we need more brokers. There are too many brands and not enough people because the portfolios are getting too full. Of the people that, so we got to find a way, either you carve up the territories more or whatever, and it's a long game thing as a broker, and how many people have the cash to stay afloat while they build their brokerage, I don't know, but the industry could definitely use more brokers, because I don't, kind of looking at the landscape today, I don't know what that looks like in 5 years, because it's changing.
Well, it's weird about brokers too. Is a lot of them is you kind of have to keep the broker you have because a lot of times the relationship isn't really with your brand; it's with the broker.
Yeah,
the broker's in there, so that's like you have to be careful. It's a tough.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. It's
Yep.
But I've told you Mo a million times is you're doing it the right way, where you're doing it to be around for a while. You're building the core brands and you know your LE has been selling out everywhere, you know, and you know you're not the guys gonna go that well every 2 months. Like a lot of these companies are depending on it.
Right. No, there's no way. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, and then you see these brands and they're doing social media videos, and then you're looking behind them and you're seeing hundreds of boxes, and then they'll do a video of them packing up their orders, and it's all their LE stuff. It's like, well, what about those thousands of boxes of Coraline that you have sitting behind you? Because I'm only seeing you packing 5 of the LEs in one Coraline box, you know. So it's like,
yeah, it's tough, man. It's only going to get tougher, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, guys, wrapping things up. If you're in the Bay Area, next week, May 18th, Thursday, come see Matt Booth, the Luna Cigar Lounge. If you're not in the Bay Area, May 19th, reach out to ICS on Instagram, DM them for a link to Cut and Light with Mo.
Yes, sir.
May 31st, Smokers Abbey in Austin with Mo, Patina,
and Tyler,
and then and Tyler, and Fish. Is his son going to be there?
Who? I don't know, but he will be. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, he lives in Austin, right?
I don't know.
Son. Yeah, his
son,
he does.
Are you doing an event in Dallas?
Yes. Well, Fort Worth, Viso, and I think Old Grapevine.
Okay.
Ooh.
El Dandy.
I got it. I haven't confirmed that one, but yes, at Viso. And I believe Brandon will be joining us at one of those. So we'll see.
My man.
We got to get you up there, Tyler.
Maybe. What day are you doing it?
One of them's Thursday, one of them's Friday.
What day is the 31st?
Wednesday.
Oh, so Wednesday here, and then you're going to talk about Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That'd be dope.
All right.
All right, guys.
Rock and roll.
Have a great night, guys.
Keep those cigars on ice.
Later, boys.
Yeah!